Here, put it here, no? There.
એટલે આમ ઊંધું થશે ને એનું ફ્રન્ટ
Front કયું છે?
આ છે આ નથી. All right. Now, I think you should spend some time looking at this. Look at one, first of all, look at the street. And if you see the street, and just see what are the different ideas of the street front, and which one is able to capture a striking quality of social relationship and yet have all the things that it needs. Because even if they are not sitting in the porch all day long, they still want their house to be welcoming. They want it to be nice and to create a relationship to the street. Even if you are growing a garden in front, even if you are doing anything. So I suggest that you let your eye go down the street and observe the different ways in which people have either created a relationship or have not created a relationship. And you might want to go back to your own project and think about what kind of street are you making. Yeah? That's one question. Second question is look at the space between buildings like this in a house. Within one house, what are the different ways in which people have dealt with it? For example, you have here a space and another space which is of half the depth of the block, but it's long. Somewhere else you have different kinds of spaces. Which one is making more sense? Not that you are going to change the plans anymore, but it is a sort of conclusion for yourself as to when you are building many things together, how would you create space in between? Because that space is also a positive thing. It should be. It should be usable. It should encourage people to come out and use that space. So you look at everybody's ideas of space in between. Third thing, you should look at the profile. Either there are profiles which are carrying on across the land and some which are very distinctive and some which are less individual. So for example, this profile is one kind of a profile. That long building there with the flat roof which one tends to make that space more usable? Where is the upper story becoming able to use like ground floor? Are they able to do that? Or does it end and then you come up and then there's another space? Or is it only a play of roofs so that your whole spaces are internal spaces and you come to the ground floor? There's nothing wrong with either of these three approaches. But you might want to look at your project in terms of profile and section as to what it is doing and would you like to change something in that. So third question, we took what first was street, then was space in between, third was profile. Fourth question would be, does it have the sense of protecting agricultural land? This is very fertile land. Every square meter gives income and gives good things to people, mangoes, coconuts, bananas. It's quite good. So how much is being used up? And if there is space, but is it in good enough quantity so that it can be used and done with some degree of ease, or is it too many bits and pieces? Now you will not be able to change the plan, so you won't be able to change what is being given to you. But just as a critical outlook, I don't know, I might allow you to change the plan at some point in time. Yeah? We might, we are not sure. Depends how much confidence I get in you. Yeah? So now, that's the fourth question. First, street. Second, space between buildings. Third, profile. Fourth, land for agriculture. Yeah? Those four things, spend about 10-15 minutes just looking at this, taking photographs if you want. Some people should take photographs as if they are walking down the street in each of the streets. So there are how many? 2 streets. No, this thing should go and touch that one. Or almost that will be a lane. That
Back
will be a
street.
small lane, back lane. इतना ही रहेगा. Yeah. Back lane, बस. चल जाएगा वो. Okay. The village is sure to grow. It will become more dense. We want to find a way of doing it in a way in which it still is a good village. Yeah? That's what we are trying. And your own individual architectural ideas versus the idea of making a good collective is something that we are exploring. You understand? In individual architectural idea, I might want an angle somewhere, or I might want some kind of thing which shows that I have done it. When we are making houses and we are making settlements, then the idea is to have a certain harmony in which the individual finds smaller expression. Now I have explicitly told you what the object of the studio is. Yeah, up to now I have not told. But it is so that I want you to get away from this Howard Roark kind of idea. You know, Fountainhead. Have you read Fountainhead? Yeah, he is a hero and he does everything. So hero architects, once in your lifetime, twice in your lifetime, you will be able to do hero architecture. They might ask you to do a museum or some building of that kind. Most of the time, we are helping to build cities. And in that, a certain degree of agreement is something that comes up. People build and they see what the next guy is building, and then they start saying, yeah, that makes sense, there's a good idea there, but I have also another good idea. They start weaving something out of that. Today when you see Graham Morrison's lecture, it's all about that. They erase their individuality and they make something which builds the city. Very interesting, different approach to work. Alright, so now all of you spend 10 minutes looking at this, then we meet again in class. Take photographs if you want. Yeah? And then we meet again in class. So, the method of the studio is self-critique and self-learning. I want you to exercise your mind to see and appreciate something that is developing in your project, in some other project, rather than being told this is good, this is not good. Yes? You're not going to be very careful.
ये स्ट्रीट ज़्यादा छोटी है
And the history of the work.
पहले इसको ह्यूमन प्रोफाइल देंगे पतला चीज खाना नहीं रहेगा
कार्तिक का
और ब्लैक कलर
पानी के ऊपर
पेन देना और पतला था अब मैं फिर इसको ही काला कर दूँ चलिए कितना
So we are walking in the streets of Nallur. वो ब्लैंक लागे वो पौड़ी स्ट्रीट શું લાગે છે વિડિયો જોઈને
गलती से ड्रॉ हो गया था
The wide street is good or the slightly narrower street is good?
Slightly narrow.
narrower is better
This is narrower, that is wider street.
તમારી બેગ જરા સાચો
લઈ જજો તો
હે
ગઈ આજે તો તારી
એવું નહીં કે હા નિર્ણય તો એકદમ સ્ટ્રેટેજિક લોકેશન ઉપર બેઠો શું કહે છે
તમે લઈ લો પછી અમે તમારી પાસેથી લઈ લઈશું
હા એટલે આઈ એમ શૂટિંગ મોર લાઈક અ વિડીયો એંગલ બહુ સરસ છે
सबने खींच लिया तो मैं नंबर रखूँ
मैं कार्ड से दृष्टि माता पोस्टर लागे करू मुकुट
प्लस वालों को डायरेक्ट
पर ऐसे स्ट्रीट में ह्यूमन चिपका के फिर फोटो खींचते तब मज़ा आएगा
पीछे है ना इतने बड़े
Once to 100 human name. 100 is the one.
આમ તો ધ્રુવીલ જ બનાવે છે
It's too wide the street.
બહુ વાઇડ છે સ્ટ્રીટ પેલી બાજુથી હવે લેવા જોઈએ
किसी की प्लॉट में